Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and in this video I'm going to do another Broadway cast recording review, because as we know, it is officially Tony Week. 1 week from tomorrow, believe it or not, is the Tonys, and I can't tell you guys how much I can't wait for it. By the way, I'm loving these promos we're getting with Laura Osnes and Lila Crawford and the girls from Matilda, because they're absolutely hilarious. Oh, and the guy in the big knife, whoever that is. But I do really like it, and I think it's very funny, but this is going to be my review of the 2012 Broadway cast of Annie, the soundtrack. It just came out May 28th, which was, it did not come out May 28th because I saw it there Wednesday, so it did not come out then. It came out the day after that, May 29th. Honestly, though, it doesn't come out till the middle of this month, so you can get it on iTunes right now. So I think that's fantastic that iTunes is doing that. But I was quite looking forward to this because, I mean, I heard on reviews people are saying, oh, it's the best Annie recording ever made, and I think that's very debatable because if you guys know me, you know one thing. You guys might not know this, but I actually have both versions of Annie. I have the one that everybody knows, and then the one that more people should know about. And, you know, this version, I like it, but it's not the best version because it's not true to the musical. But yes, it has songs, but then it got rid of a few songs. But this version is almost 100% accurate to the musical. But now, after listening to this cast recording, I am going to say it's not 100% close to the musical. It's 98% close to the musical because there are songs on here I've never heard, and they're not new. They're just songs that were never featured in either of the movies. Because I've never seen Annie live, so, I mean, I've only seen this movie and this movie. Preferably, I prefer this one. I prefer this one more than, you know, between the two of them. But this one's better, I think. It's more, you know, it's got a lot more musical numbers, and it's a lot more fun, and it takes place around Christmas time. And then this one, you know, I like it, but there's a scene, you know, that scene there with, you know, the scene I'm talking about. It just is too anticlimactic, and there are scenes in here that I just don't really like. I prefer this one. But after listening to this Broadway cast recording, I gotta say, it is a very good cast recording, but I do have a couple problems with it. The one problem I have with it starts in maybe. They gave Annie an accent. I don't know why they did this, but if you listen, it's after this introduction right here. First of all, I gotta say, I really love this introduction we get here. It's only like a few seconds, so you can listen to it.
Thanksgiving parade on New York's Broadway, celebrating the turkey feasting holiday. Hundreds line the streets to catch a glimpse of the air-filled behemoths. But sadly, many Americans celebrated their Thanksgiving on bread lines and in soup kitchens again this year. Millions are still out of work. The jobless have become homeless and are living in shacks and shanty towns called Hoovervilles, coined for our former president. No jobs, no work, no food, no homes. In a nation with a population well over 100 million, half of America has no visible means of support.
I really love this introduction, but once we get to Annie actually talking, it's a little strange. Why did they give her this New York accent? It doesn't even seem like New York, it sounds like South Jersey. Like, you know how people make fun of New Jersey? I'm from New Jersey. I don't talk like that, but you know how people go, oh, that person's from New Jersey. That's what it sounds like almost. You know, somewhere. Nobody else in the cast talks like that except for the orphans. It's very strange. It's almost like, I mean, I guess I could see it, you know, with Annie, I don't know, with Annie maybe, you know, maybe being an orphan, she can't talk properly, but that was never how it was in the other adaptation, so I don't know why they did this, because it's never been like that in the other version, so I don't know why they did this exactly, and I'm not like 100% happy with it. I do think Willa Crawford, though, is a good Annie, but when she does this accent, I don't know, I don't really like it. It's a Hard Knock Life. I've heard that song done better, but I do like it, and I have heard this song done better, though, so it's not my favorite. I'm not really going to go through, you guys know Annie. If you guys, you know, who doesn't know Annie? Honestly, who doesn't know Annie? I want a show of hands right now of who doesn't know Annie. If I were to do that, there wouldn't be any people who wouldn't know Annie. I'm sure if you're a real Broadway fan, you know Annie. Her Sing Tomorrow was great. I think it's really great the way she sang it, and then we get to probably one of my favorite songs on here, because I've never actually heard this song done before, and it's We'd Like to Thank You, Herbert Hoover. This is one of my favorite songs off of here. I think it's really great, and I've never even heard this song before. And I wish they would have put it in the 1999 version, the Disney version. But I guess it's kind of because it's a little too Broadway. But in here, when Willa Crawford sings, she doesn't have an accent. It's very strange, and that's the thing I like. I would have been fine if they would have given Annie an accent and stuck with it. Problem is that sometimes she has it and sometimes she doesn't. Like, it's really strange. Whenever she's with, like, sometimes when she's talking you hear, but then sometimes when she's talking you don't hear it. It's very strange, and I don't really get it. So then we get to Little Girls with Katie Finneran. She's hilarious. Honestly, Katie Finneran is one of the biggest stars on here. She's absolutely hilarious. I think she's fantastic, and it's one of my favorite songs to listen to because I really like her version, and I think it's really great, and she's perfect for Miss Hannigan because she has like 20 different voices in this whole thing, and it's very funny. And honestly, of course, the best one will be, the best one will always be Carol Burnett. Even though I love this version, Kathy Bates was not the best Miss Hannigan. She was not the best one. She was good, but she wasn't the best one. Carol Burnett will always be the best one. And I can appreciate that. I'm just saying, out of the two, I prefer this one. But I do think that Carol Burnett was the best Miss Hannigan. But I can appreciate this, and I think she's really great. And she's a really good Miss Hannigan, so I really like this version. And then we get to, I think I'm going to like it here. This one too, she has the accent here, and then she does, and I think it's really good here, and I really do like this song. Of course, I have heard it done better because the 1999 version is the best version because Audra McDonald is just amazing in this version, and she's probably the best Grace I've seen. Like, Grace is not really a huge part, and Bryn O'Malley isn't the best Grace, honestly. Audra McDonald was the best Grace. She doesn't really do a lot, but she does a whole bunch of... Like, if you think Grace is not a big character, go watch this version. She does a lot more in this version. Because, I mean, that's the version that she does a lot in. Then we get to NYC, which was a song that I hadn't heard about until I watched this version. always been one of my favorite songs ever since I've heard it off of the 1999 version, because it's a great song and it really captures the magic of New York City. And, you know, one day I hope to live in New York City after I get out of school, to move to New York City, because I think it'd be a great place to live, and I just really love New York City. I'm going to New York City Wednesday because my 8th grade trip is going to a Broadway show. Of course, I told you guys about this already. I'll be reviewing Spider-Man, so I'll be seeing and then I'll be reviewing Spider-Man for you. I'll take pictures on my Instagram. Hopefully I can get some videos. Hopefully that's going to be a great day. I know it will. But honestly, this is a really great song, and I've always loved NYC. It's always been one of my favorites. Then we get to Easy Street. I think Clark Thorle is a very good rooster, but he kind of just is a lot like Alan Cummings' version. Alan Cummings was really good in this version. He's not like Tim Curry's version at all. He's just trying to be I think he's trying to be a lot like Alan Cummings. When I hear it, I'm like, this sounds exactly like Alan Cummings. I don't know why they couldn't have just, had him do a different voice. It wouldn't sound like Alan Cummings, but it sounds way too much like Alan Cummings. And I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying it's not my favorite version, because if you want an amazing version of Easy Street, yeah, this one is really great. This is the one you probably know. But this one's really amazing because this is the full song. Kristen Chenoweth is in it. Kathy Bates is in it. Alan Cummings is in it. What more could you want in Easy Street? What more could you want? Honestly. Then we get to the Act 1 finale, which, this is, again, a song I've never heard because they've never had it in the movie versions. You Won't Be an Orphan for Long. I feel really stupid that I've never heard these songs because they're some of the best ones. And in this we get a reprise of Maybe from Little Crawford, and it's pretty good. So then we get to You're Never Fully Dressed Without a Smile, and it's very different from what I thought it was. It's actually mainly the radio person singing it, and then the kids join in. Whereas this version, the 1982 version, we get a little bit of the song with the radio person, and then we get the kids singing. And this one is just the kids singing. And they kind of combined the two, like the dialogue in this one. Like the dialogue in this version is the same as the dialogue in this version. But with the radio person singing, it's from this version. So I kind of feel like they copied both versions. They do this a lot on this cast recording. See, it's not really the longest it's not really the best version of You're Never Fully Dressed. That's always one of my favorite songs, and it's not my favorite version, honestly. I do absolutely think Emily Rosenfeld, though, she's adorable. Honestly, she's one of the cutest little girls on Broadway right now. Honestly, she's really cute. I saw her on the Broadway Audience Choice Awards. Adorable. Then we get a reprise of Easy Street, which again is taken from, the old Broadway musical. I always love this reprise because I just think the song's a lot of fun. It's always been one of my favorite songs out of Annie. And then we get the Tomorrow reprise, which I really do like. But that's taken from this. It's not taken from the Broadway musical as far as I know. I think they took that from this, and I like how they have alludes to both of these. I think that's really good. And probably the old Broadway musical, but I've never heard the original score, so I don't know. But then, so I like it that they did that with the president. Then we get Something Was Missing by Anthony Warlow, and he makes a very good Oliver Warbucks. Honestly, he's really good as Oliver Warbucks because he just puts on a very good performance as Oliver Warbucks, I think. He's really great, and I love that Victor Garber was great in the 1999 version, as was Albert Finney. Out of the two, I picked Victor Garber. Because, I mean, he just has a better singing voice than Albert Finney. And Albert Finney can't really sing. He couldn't sing. And it was part of his personality, but he couldn't sing. He really could not sing. As much as you may have wanted him to, he really couldn't sing. But this guy has like an operatic voice, and it's really amazing. And I think he's just really, really good. So he's really great here. And then we get the We Got Annie song. As far as I can remember, this was a song that this movie made up because it's not in the 1999 version, so I believe it's from this, and I always really like that song, so I really like this one. Then we get to I Don't Need Anything But You, which I really love. I think it's really, really great, and that's one of my favorite songs from here. Then we get a couple reprises. We get the Maybe reprise, and then we get what I think is the best song from here, A New Deal for Christmas. Honestly, I didn't think there could be a better ending than this was, which was a great ending, and I think it was a really great ending, but that was a movie ending, honestly. This is how you end it. This was the perfect ending, I think. I think it was a really great song. I mean, just listen to this. Just wait. I remember hearing this on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and I really, really love it. The Broadway shows are always my favorite part of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, honestly. But I remember really enjoying it, and I think it's fantastic here. I think it's just fantastic, and it's the best song off of this CD. I mean, I think it's really great. So, and then we get the 3 tracks with Jane Lynch doing Little Girls Reprise, and Easy Street. But I'm not really going to get into that because it's just the same thing. So honestly, this is not the best cast recording of Annie. I'm saying it is quite good, though. I do think it's quite good. But I've never actually heard the original cast recording. I know for a fact that that song's always ended the show. And I think it's the perfect ending to end the show. So I think it's great that they end the show with that song. The only versions of Annie I've seen, again, are these 2. And I love this one. And I like this one. Like, this one is not terrible. And it's not my favorite either. It's really not my favorite. I do really like it, though. And my mother actually likes this movie a lot more than I do, because it was, like, in 1981. So, my mother grew up with this movie pretty much. She was only, I believe, like, 11 or 10, so. And then this one was in 1999. You know, this one, I just really, really love this one. Actually, it was 1998, so that was my birth year. So yeah, I really love this version, though. I do think it's really great, but I am going to say Little Crawford is not the best Annie I've ever seen. She's a good Annie, but I just think it's very weird that they gave her this accent. Who I think is the best here is probably either Anthony Warlow or Kate Finneran. I think they're both really, really good here, and I think they're both great. Now, the thing is, though, Bryn O'Malley is not the best Grace. As I said, if you want a great Grace, go to Audrey McDonald in this version. But Little Crawford, she does make a good Annie. I do think she's good. And Bruno Malley is a good Grace. Again, I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying, and then the only other thing I'm going to complain about, my only other complaint is that Clark Thorell just sounds like he's trying to copy Alan Cumming. It just sounds like it. And I'm not saying this is a bad version. I'm just saying it's not going to win Best Revival. I'm like fairly certain it's not going to win Best Revival. If it does, it's going to be probably because, I mean, the choreography is probably amazing in a couple of the songs, so I wouldn't be surprised if it won, but in my personal opinion, it shouldn't. Because I've heard that it's not the Best Revival. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. It still was good, though. So, if this was kind of a strange review, it's just because I'm trying to tell you that it's because these are the only two versions I've seen. I've never heard the other cast recordings, so these are the only two I can base them off of. And most of the dialogue is taken from this. But then they have songs from this. So I like that they did that, and I do enjoy that. So that's it for my review of Annie. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye!